Ngasi video si ichini Meitei sing indigenous gi meaning khangdabagi ngasi si video siambibani paina tabiro.
Ngari. There is a fermented fish called ngari, which we all eat. Okay. When this smell, the Malayan Indians doesn't like, non-locals doesn't like, but this smell gives us appetite. No, we feel like hungry when we have smell. No, this indigenous food. That is the same ngari. This, if you see in the social media, cookies are making fun of us saying ngari saba because they don't know the taste of ngari because they are outsiders.
Migi definition ga ichin Meitei singi definition on indigenous people si kajam hit na bra si video da paina yingse.
Indigenous peoples are communities and societies that have a distinct culture and ancestral ties to the land and natural resources where they live. They are often marginalized and face barriers to participating in society. Some characteristics of indigenous peoples include 1. Ancestral ties. Indigenous peoples have a historical connection to the region where they live, and are often descendants of the people who lived there before colonization. 2. Distinct culture. Indigenous peoples have their own unique languages, beliefs, and cultural practices. 3. Strong connection to land. Indigenous peoples have a strong connection to the land and natural resources where they live. 4. Marginalization. Indigenous peoples are often marginalized and face barriers to participating in society. And 5. Vulnerability. Indigenous peoples are often among the most disadvantaged and vulnerable groups of people in the world. There are over 476 million indigenous people in the world, making up about 6.2% of the global population.
No one is born like a frog in the swells of Manipur hills and valley. Adugumna Aryan singsu Central Europe dagi India thungi aduga Mughal singsu Central Asia dagi India thunglaki. They had made a composite cultures in India with the Dravidians and other community. Anybody who migrated to any parts of the world before the colonial period or British era cannot be called a foreigner because they settled there for goods and developed there for their survivors. The Mughals imperial built many magnificent buildings and monuments which the present generation is proud of their achievement. The Taj Mahal is also one of its kinds. Any people who migrated or moved into India before European colonization cannot be called a foreigner. Only any people who have homes in somewhere and landed somewhere while exploiting its peoples and land will term as a non-indigenous people. Sine Huina Kuki Sing Wanda Meitei Sing na Hey indigenous na te hay na panghong hong masi Hui Supan Kray. All humans being had been created by God, and it is not the products of evolution. Sini adu ibagi prithibigi missing si mui blood group ahum dakhai hi A, B and O. This will not be possible if Meitei were born in Kangla water. Kangla dagi nui hangoi gumna pokpo iradi nui gi blood group se tungan oigani. Adu hujik nui prithibigi mi mayam gi blood group ga manakre adu iradi Noi si hangui gumna kangla da pukba na te haibasi nui paina hangidabani. Meiteis and Naga Kuki too migrated into Manipur from different parts of Asia in 7th century AD. Si mayang historian singna paina research torega wari libadu ekoina tas.
In 7th century, a group of people migrated from the Tibet region और वो कबीले लोग थे. They settled in the Manipur region at that time. इसको फिर बाद में मैतेई कहा गया. Another group of people again from the China part, they migrated. They were Nagas. ये भी कबीले थे. और तीसरा जो कुकी है, they migrated. They are originally from Persia. फिर वो अफगानिस्तान गए, वहाँ पर भी वो नहीं रह पाए. और उसके बाद फिर चाइना गए, चाइना के कबीलों ने भी उनको धक्का दे के बाहर निकाल दिया। फाइनली दे सेटल्ड इन दी म्यांमार, चिन रीजन में। और लेटर ऑन जब ब्रिटिशर्स इंडिया में आ गए तो ब्रिटिशर्स के थ्रू और जो वहाँ के लोकल राजा थे मैतेई, उनके साथ फिर ये कुकीज़ बाद में इंडिया में या फिर उस समय मणिपुर में आए।
कुकी सिंह ने हुई की हिस्ट्री से फाइना खंगे दो कोई ना मेंटेन सो फाइना तो वे मेते सिंह ने दी मी की लंपा मन बगी पंखों खोंगे अदुगा कना कना दु इंडिजिनस नि कना दु इंडिजिनस नते हैना क्वालिफिकेशन सो ngari चाबा सिंह दु इंडिजिनस नि ngari चानिंग देबा सिंह दु नॉन इंडिजिनस नि हैना खाई देबा सी सुप चुम देबनी सिगुम्बा बेसलेस वारी गुम्बसी एचिन नाव मेते सिंह ना लीमन बगी होंग मन बगी मणिपुर सिदा इरांग थोकबने मणिपुर की चुम्बा हिस्ट्री एक्सेप्ट नुई तोनिंग देबगी Manipur government and Manipur High Court is responsible for the unrest of Manipur. When we were targeted by the Meiteis, we have no choice but we took up arms and anything to defend ourselves from the Meitei government and the Meitei terrorists and Manipur police. Hell, it is necessary for everyone to see what is happening in Manipur and what the government of Manipur is doing to the Meiteis and the Kukis. We shall see everything what the government of Manipur is doing to the Kukis in a sequence manner. And after that, we can know who is wrong and who is right.
Ram nó danh tệ thể hiện para một cái symbol này không một cái tạo cái chân có này ha tầm của vậy ok เอาไว้ปั๊มดีไอ้ดีเสียบเลยนะไว้ด้วยนะใจฝันเสวยปล่อยสปังหกาต่อเวลาช่องเขาพิดเดียวใจกิจใจในหรอกแต่บ้านในชาตัวจริงอ่ะเชี่ยอินกับเพจนะจ๊ะเชี่ยคิดติ้งจบแล้ว 没出现大门口的，没出现没要求是约束法，真的。对，货单到这，lấy货单到的。还挺高。
Speaker, sir, calling attention under Rule 77 of Procedure and Conduct of Business in Manipur Legislative Assembly. On the recent notification of District Magistrate to Chandpur District for admission of arms license and arms immediately, and thereby the public apprehensions. Speaker, sir, I would like to draw the attention of the Leader of the House, who is also Home Minister. The notification is being served to all the license holders to submit their license and arms to the police stations for verification and renewal process. Here, I would like to mention here, there is inordinate delay in the process of this renewal process and verification. More than 3 years back, it was not made any verification, and these renewals, the license is to be renewed at least within 3 years, but the time is lapsed out. Here, the police verification may be required, but it should be submitted to the concerned authority, that is issuing authority, district magistrates. That license is being issued in case of pertinent some threat perception case is there, as well as protection of the standing crops. Here, the notice is coming when the public knows, and particularly the license holders, they have apprehension why the where the license as well as arm is to be submitted to the police stations, like at the time of this election and emergency case. Here, public apprehensions, it goes and it creates panicky to the general public also. And
Prajagi right show, pick the winning akadabani, but Prajabu show Sugumba illegal things that prevent over. Honorable Speaker, sir, I'm license holders in license review Tongan about the Kokopes, the Chochanpura, tension yam lay. Why Chochanpur only? State Punamakita lady license holders in she give the notice of the Chochanpur in a Karigino tension lady. Labam Tokte, Aduma, tension like Biganu, Haidanaima, Hanan, but I'm at my side to get request of Jerry. Hantaki Sahi, Ani Humsida, license gun, cup, license gun involved Gotona, me she be on a case, young love the case Taramu. Sigi Poshe, responsible government, I must be concerned with the bill. I'm not going to blame our predecessors. Imphal labor me, Kampopi the no license law, Shanapati the license law, Tenopal the license law. Madam, the Imphal the license, Taragadi, Magi background backing the Yarrow and other Samjan bill. Evidence labor upon evidence labor. Protection as well as prevention. Prajagi right show, Piga the winning akadabani, but Prajabu show Sugumba illegal things that prevent over. Rule of law prevail to Honda, Honorable Speaker, sir. I don't know, question the Karigumba intention, Adugi Adagi, district key, Adugi Lite, district whole district Punamakta, Taubani, Taubogi Maram the Karigino Hapakanda. As per record, Sahi Anigi, Ohungi license, renewal to Gudabi, Sahi Tarani Panto Gubi Aure. Sina Prasagi, Queen of renewal to Durisi, I through the Honorable Speaker, I Prajamiam the Amata. Karigumba accident Mipami Punama Tobokanda, like I do the combing operation, Natraga Army, Natraga Malapakanda, license renewed to the Nomayama later Mukanda Madu, a kind of illegal in a trade on illegal arm parody, section 25 Kimatunginama. He is punishable, arm sekimatungina. Aduna Prajamayam Sahi Nipan renewed to the bird, Magnar to the bird, Nyongi within the purview. Limited period. Adugi manunga tahugda busing su taubogi khudong saba piba. Amana Imphal manungda license gun paira ga yamna criminal kangbu khara. Karai dagi kamai da una license gun si lawri bano 0.32, 0.380 repeater adu oda ina tawrukanda haiba misi magi life threat perception si leirabra. Nongway license issue to buji threat perception na base owi Honorable Speaker sir. Or sports ki or hunting ki madudai the rules mayam pi. Adu hojiki Akoina Taujariba CD Chapter 2 of Arms Rules 2016 Licensing Procedure ki Rule 30 am clearly repali inspection of arm by the licensing authority. The authority by whom any license in Form 2 and Form 3 or Form 4 or Form 5 has been granted or renewed may for the purpose of satisfying itself that any arms covered by such license are still in the possession of the license at the time of renewal or at any time when the license is in force. By order in writing require the license to procedure the arms or arms at such time and a place for inspection of such officer is maybe specified in the order. Arms Act ki manung de am clearly say the pallaga lebin aduna praja mayam kari makalam ki tension lening ai lekte ai gi license gan se kana gumam the honorable speaker sen nam nu siawe loina sen hai habnete aduna masi si honorable members sing na praja sing na bhap tadri budo praja sing da moide leiba tension du masi di normal procedure ni aduga honorable CM amadi ngasi gi BJP 2O sina tawra ibasina handak suddenly mi tara license gan na kapa ka tawramba senahan RTI gi tawramido mafam chalaga paisa hangba kangbu du mi nek na re tawra license ha tani kapna ri sire example ni sugum basi ai date and time sida loi le accident tara to ai koi appropriate se masidai da koi law and order da kai bala ni aduna hairi basi su check to ba aduna imphal manung gi su imphal east west tampaka lei basu loina license pai ba mi sing sigi mogi antecedent mogi background criminal background mogi any involvement hairiba mayam se loina yeng thokanda maram saba singduna pithokro adugo maram sadaba masada threat reception leitna threat lei na haijalaga lobu ermagadi we have to cancel it angang dabu no mai piba yabro license piba isimagi criteria khara lei dugi wang mada piba yaroi aduna matam mada DC senapati je queue le phande no mai license lo bangwe kangpok pi queue le phamne example amani haber jiri bam queue le phamne license long dagi masidai da PO na khar thira ya bagi type to tawro le open secret oina koi khanna se anu adugumba du streamline tawna hona bani rightful oiba mi kana gumba citizen amadagi license lokthokada ba leite aduga nongmai lokthokada ba su leite mama gi right mama na phangiba madugi rules su gi matungina loina nongmai pai ba yai loina pahan gani masa gi safety gi hunting gi sports gi whatever category provided by the concerned authority aduga tawbudadi government hantak tawra isidi aikhoi mihad mipun phattaba khotaba mayam ama license gandagi tholpodagi all over the state tawbuni adu masidai the praja mayam na support tawbiu sala aduga DC concerned aduga SP concerned so through this August house aina appeal tawri as genuine noiba singdudi khoi na madudai da moida delay tawbidana adum sat genuine noiba singdudi renew tawbiraga moigi tax thon birga adum aduk bigo adum chalan bigo aduga suspicious labor kangbu dudi just you have the right nang re-verify tong nabagi dam noi da dudi the convention ko ina sida dum authorized tawr leire anu deputy commissioner aduga SP puna mangna maram chaba sing phajana process kano da fulfill oirba kangbu dudi adum pithok bigro paisal laga thambai mathok ta de aduga kitang chingnaba suspicious oiba license da doubling chat pa yawi license no mafam krai de porkono duplicate yawi aduguma mayam du verify tawrga streamline to view haidanai house gi kutang da appeal tawri loina na ngasai gi ngasi loibani adubu confusion khara leiramina ai house da sungoi soi nai January gi 15 March ki 15 bhawba extend tawna na du mugai ai concern da hajerage haraga honorable members satisfy we bina na kali matam khra pibi bidam ko thakasari honorable speaker sir thank you.
Amid all of this, there is one shocking tragedy also of a BJP MLA, Vungzagin Walte. He belongs to the Kuki community. Remember, he was brutally attacked by a mob on the 4th of May, the days when the violence had first engulfed the state of Manipur. He's now confined to bed, completely paralyzed. After the attack, he was airlifted to Delhi. He spent many weeks in the ICU of a private hospital. Here's a detailed report about what that MLA went through and what is his health condition right now.
Lady. Sir, I'm
helpless, voiceless, his body shattered. A heartbreaking tale of tragedy from Manipur. A leader of the Kuki community and a 3-time legislator, 61-year-old Vungzagin Walte from the BJP was brutally attacked on May 4th. A day after ethnic violence unfolded in Manipur, struck on the head with a sharp object and even electrocuted. Tragically, his driver, also from the Kuki community, lost his life in the same heinous attack. The BJP MLA from the Thanlon constituency in the restive northeastern state moved to a private facility in Delhi. The injuries were severe. He has lost his ability to speak and his memory. Even the simple act of sitting up has become an immense challenge. The pain and suffering endured by his family are unimaginable.
On the fateful day of May 4, he went for a meeting at CM quarter. On his way back, this incident has happened. But around 1:45 p.m., I got a call from my dad that he will be bringing one government order. But we doesn't know what the order is all about. We got an information from our PSO that my father has been brought to RIMS. But who have brought my dad to the RIMS, so till now we doesn't know who has brought him to the RIMS.
The MLA has been discharged, partly paralyzed. The trauma etched in the hearts of his dear ones.
When I see my husband's face, I cannot bear. He was suffer, and me too suffer, heart and soul. And on that day, when I saw my husband was unconscious, he can't speak, he doesn't know anything. And driver also can't speak, he's unconscious.
Amidst the harrowing violence in Manipur, another distressing tale unfolded in mid-June, when the House of Union Minister R.K. Ranjan Singh, a son of the soil, was set ablaze by a mob in Imphal. The Union Minister blamed political opponents for the unrest in Manipur. He denounced the May 4th sexual assault and naked parade of women. Wounds of violence befall the lawmakers from Manipur. A harrowing testament to the profound crisis gripping the northeastern state. With Anmol Bali and Rahul Gautam, Bureau Report, India Today.
The All Tribal Students Union Manipur, or ATSUM, has called for a tribal solidarity march in the hill districts of the state on 3rd of May. The apex tribal student body has called for the tribal solidarity march to protest against the push for inclusion of Meiteis in the scheduled tribe category. As per an ATSUM notification, the march will be held in districts of Senapati, Ukhrul, Kangpokpi, Tamenglong, Churachandpur, Chandel and Tengnopal. Meanwhile, speaking to Northeast Live, Secretary of the All Manipur Tribal Union, Lalboy Nishyal, said, tribal people are against the ST demand as the Meiteis are highly advanced than the other communities and granting of ST status will come at a huge disadvantage in all spheres of life for the hill people.
Coming of 3rd May, we all the hill tribes of Manipur, organized by All Manipur All Manipur Tribal Student Union, has to organize a peace rally. On that peace rally, our main theme should be, we are vehemently obstructing Meiteis coming into scheduled tribe. The Meiteis, they are not economically backward, they are very, very advanced, they are very well-to-do, so we cannot compare with them, we cannot come equal. If they come ST in Manipur, everything will be snatched away by them. Already our generals and they are very advanced. We don't like they are coming back to ST status.
Top lead this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been 9 months since ethnic clashes broke out in Manipur. And it's still not over. 200 people have been killed in the state so far. 60,000 people have lost their homes. The battle lines between the Meiteis and the Kukis are so deeply drawn that they can't enter each other's territories. Now, what started the fire was a Manipur High Court order that had asked the government to consider giving the majority community, which is the Meiteis, the status of tribals. The Kukis, who are tribals, were up in arms. And what followed is arson, violence, murders, and rapes. After 9 months, ladies and gentlemen, the Manipur High Court today has modified that order and expunged the part where it had asked the government to consider adding Meiteis, who form 65% of the state's population, to the scheduled tribe list. The High Court says it is basing this decision on an earlier Supreme Court observation that it's not the courts but the central government's responsibility to modify, amend or alter the scheduled tribe list. The bench also said that the judgment was passed in a quote-unquote misconception of fact and law. 9 months later, my lords. If you remember, the Supreme Court of India had earlier frowned upon the flawed order of the Manipur High Court. A bench headed by Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud, had called it obnoxious and incorrect. That order had sparked an unending cycle of ethnic violence in Manipur. That order now stands modified. Question is, can the High Court's correction calm the scarred state?
The fact-finding team of the Editors Guild of India made some serious observations in its report on the media coverage of the ethnic clashes in Manipur. The EGI report stated that journalists of Manipur wrote one-sided reports during the ethnic violence, and while in the normal circumstances they would be cross-checked and monitored by their editors or chiefs of bureaus, and the same was not possible during the conflict. The EGI report noted that the ban on internet made things worse, with communications blockaded by the government having a deleterious effect on the journalism, as it directly impacted the ability of journalists to communicate with each other, their editors and sources. The EGI also stated that there were clear indications that the leadership of the state became partisan during the conflict, which directly affected governance, with the executive, police and the bureaucracy divided along the ethnic lines. The media in Manipur was not left untouched by ethnic loyalties and deepening divide between the Meiteis and the Kuki Chinjo communities. The EGI report noted that, adding that while the EGI team met a wide cross-section of journalists and media practitioners in Manipur's post-truth world, it was very difficult to distinguish fact from fiction. In a significant statement, the report alleged that the Imphal media transformed into Meitei media during the conflict, and since may not have been very different in the hill districts, as well as with the EGI report stating that there was extreme pressure on journalists, whether Meitei or tribal, to reflect a dominant view of their ethnic societies. Meanwhile, the report noted that the Meiteis were unhappy with the alleged parachute journalism of the national press, and they believe that the mainstream media have portrayed the ethnic conflict as a religious one and pitted the Hindu Meiteis against Christian Kuki Zo community. Well, this was far from truth, according to Imphal editors. And also the national press was reluctant to send their correspondents to report from Imphal.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने मणिपुर में इंटरनेट बैन के खिलाफ याचिका पर फिलहाल सुनवाई करने से इनकार कर दिया है। सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने याचिकाकर्ता को मामले को लेकर मणिपुर हाई कोर्ट जाने को कहा। बता दें, मणिपुर राज्य में हिंसा की कथित घटनाओं की वजह से 3 मई से इंटरनेट पर बैन लगा हुआ है। चीफ जस्टिस ऑफ इंडिया DY चंद्रचूड़, जस्टिस PS नरसिम्हा और जस्टिस मनोज मिश्रा की बेंच ने कहा, इस मामले को मणिपुर हाई कोर्ट ने सीज किया है और वो सुनवाई कर रहा है, इसलिए सुप्रीम कोर्ट इस पर सुनवाई नहीं कर सकता है। यह याचिका मणिपुर राज्य के 2 निवासियों, मणिपुर हाई कोर्ट के वकील चोंगथम विक्टर सिंह और व्यवसायी मायंग बाम जेम्स ने दायर की थी। याचिकाकर्ताओं की ओर से पेश वकील शादान फरासत ने कहा, 40 दिनों से इंटरनेट पर लगे बैन से जुड़ा मामला है। इस पर CJI चंद्रचूड़ ने कहा, हाई कोर्ट ने मामला सीज किया है, आप हाई कोर्ट क्यों नहीं जाते? क्योंकि अगर सुप्रीम कोर्ट नोटिस जारी करेगा तो हाई कोर्ट सुनवाई बंद कर देगा। CJI ने आगे कहा, हाई कोर्ट ने एक एक्सपर्ट कमेटी बनाई है, उसे यह जांच करने का काम दिया गया है कि क्या राज्य में इंटरनेट सुविधा बहाल की जा सकती है। याचिकाकर्ता ने सुप्रीम कोर्ट से याचिका वापस ली। कोर्ट ने याचिकाकर्ता को अपनी दलीलें हाई कोर्ट में रखने की इजाजत दी। मणिपुर हाई कोर्ट ने 20 जून 2023 को राज्य अधिकारियों को उनके कंट्रोल में कुछ निर्दिष्ट जगहों पर लोगों को सीमित इंटरनेट सेवा प्रदान करने का निर्देश दिया था। बेंच ने कहा कि जनता के लिए तत्काल और आवश्यक सेवाओं को पूरा करने के लिए इंटरनेट आवश्यक है, खासकर छात्रों की चल रही एडमिशन प्रक्रिया के संबंध में। याचिका में क्या क्या कहा गया था वो भी जान लेते हैं। सुप्रीम कोर्ट में दाखिल याचिका में कहा गया कि इंटरनेट बैन का याचिकाकर्ताओं और उनके परिवार दोनों पर आर्थिक, मानवीय, सामाजिक और मनोवैज्ञानिक प्रभाव पड़ रहा है। वे अपने बच्चों को स्कूल भेजने, बैंकों से पैसे निकालने, ग्राहकों से पेमेंट लेने, वेतन देने, ईमेल या व्हाट्सएप के जरिए बात नहीं कर पा रहे हैं। याचिकाकर्ताओं ने आगे कहा, इंटरनेट बैन बोलने और अभिव्यक्ति की स्वतंत्रता के संवैधानिक अधिकारों के तहत इंटरनेट के माध्यम से किसी भी व्यापार या व्यवसाय को जारी रखने के अधिकार में असंगत हस्तक्षेप है। दरअसल हाईकोर्ट ने मैतेई समुदाय को अनुसूचित जनजाति का दर्जा देने पर विचार करने को कहा था। मणिपुर में 3 मई से कुकी और मैतेई समुदाय के बीच आरक्षण को लेकर जातीय हिंसा चल रही है।